Welcome everyone to another episode of Time for BL. This is the podcast where we review movies, TV shows, novels, and comics, all in the boys love genre. Before I even go any further, I'm just going to start with, please remember to follow the podcast, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, because that's when I update what I'm going to be doing on the podcast, what I'm going to be posting. And it's so funny to me every time I see like the interactions I get on Facebook and Instagram, and then I look on Spotify and it's like, so y'all listening, y'all just not following and interacting. Am I boring on social media but entertaining enough here? Am I something to lull in the background? I mean, thank you. I love it here. But I was like, man, like, blew my mind. When I was looking, I was like, so y'all are really in tune, and thank you for that. Oh my gosh. Wow, I think the video with the most listens right now is a lot. I'm still in disbelief. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking boys love shows, comics, movies, all that. I should just get into the review. Okay. So, yes, the final episode of Bad Buddy the series just aired on Friday. It finally got uploaded on YouTube, and I wasn't able to watch on Friday. So I had to like close myself off of everything, because I was like, I am not going to get spoilers spoiling anything for me. So I couldn't go on Reddit, couldn't go on Instagram or Facebook. It was an interesting day. Finally got to watch it on Saturday, and yeah, I definitely like how they ended it. Felt like it was a little convoluted, a little, but like I said last week, they've pretty much been able to keep up with the essence of the original story, and yeah, it worked. If anything, I really like it, of course, better than the original story, because in the original story there was just so much drama, so much it got sad, like really sad at some points, and they were able to jump over all of that, even though they started in a way where I was like, oh, I think I know what they're doing, and it was not that. They really flipped it on me, and I was very happy about that. So if you haven't watched it yet, I feel sorry for you. But if you have, so it starts out with us thinking that Pat and Pran haven't talked in a while. We haven't seen them interact. Pran is living in a different country, which I actually expected that part of the storyline. I was like, Pran's parents might send him to school somewhere else, but no, he's actually working abroad. And at first I was confused, because I was like, is that England? That doesn't look like England, but they explained that. Anyway, so Pran is working abroad, Pat is still in Thailand, and they haven't interacted, they haven't called each other, we haven't seen them do face-to-face at this point. As us, the viewers watching the characters, we see that Pa and Ink are still going strong, but I just want to point out, I hated how everyone was treating Pa, because she graduated college. She's a grown woman, in my opinion, and everyone still treated her like the sweet, cute little baby, when in fact, in this version of the story, Ink and Pat were both just like a year older than her. So I was like, why is this happening? I was not a fan. I was not a fan of that at all. But I was glad to see her and Ink going strong. Very happy about that. I was so happy when I finally saw Pat and Pran in the same room and the looks they gave each other. I'm like, okay, so there's definitely still in love. Are we gonna have them talk here? What are we gonna do? And I love the twist that they faked a breakup just to make sure their parents would leave them alone. Because in the book, I said I was gonna wait, so I'm gonna wait to talk about the book and the show like that. But in the book, there was something towards that with what they tried to do, but their parents figured it out, and it didn't work. So I like that in the show, their parents figured it out. The parents, you can tell that the parents know it's still going on, but they just decide not to say anything about it. They just decide to leave it alone. And I think I actually like that better because it, one, leaves space for them to do like a continuation story. Not necessarily a second season. I don't know if I want a second season, but I'd be cool with bonus episodes or a little special where it shows the parents finally just telling, their kids, okay, look, I know you guys are still together. Bring him over for dinner. Bring him over so we can all hang out or whatever. It leaves space open for that. And I really, 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 really want to see the whole thing where the parents are basically fighting for the other kid's attention. I want Pat's dad trying to get Pran to come spend as much time as possible with his family, while Pran's parents are, especially his mom, trying to get Pat to come and spend as much time as possible with their family. I want that. I want to see that in TV form. There's a line that I definitely don't want, and I will talk about that next week as I go over, because I think when I reviewed the book, I hadn't fully finished the book. Now that I've fully finished the book, I want to go over some things that I didn't like, but some things that I really loved, and talk about, of course, how the show used that, some of the aspects from the book, because I thought it was really well done, and how they picked and chose what they would carry over and what they wouldn't. I think that was well done. But what was I talking about? Yes, why I'm very happy about it. I'm happy about it because I definitely want to see a continuation, or not a continuation, but like a special or anything. And also, why I'm happy about it, if they never do a special, we already know. We know their parents know. We know that they're together. We know that they have a happy ending. And I like that. And I love at the end with the two of them playing the game where they're joking back and forth. Like giving each other questions and picking if they're going for easy question, hard question, all that stuff. To kiss ech other and all that. I loved Pran's little trick to twist him, all that stuff. So remember, like, when it first came out, I talked about Corn and Y and how I shipped. Like, at the end, I was like, is my ship sailing, or should I just go ahead and let this one sink? I mean, in my heart, I knew I needed to let the ship sink, but they made it possible to do so much fanfic about the two characters. Just Corn and Y. I would never do it, but I was like, yay! Oh, wait, they both have girlfriends. Oh. But I'm excited that they're now business partners, that they've, like, come a long way in becoming friends, and it kind of showed that both of them are actually pretty similar. And so them striking up a friendship and, becoming business partners, it makes sense in the storyline, in the TV show storyline, because they did like a fast friend moment where when Y first went to their lunchroom and he and Corn were having lunch. Well, they are all supposed to be having lunch, and he and Corn started running around the table and all that stuff. That was like a fast friend moment. And so that to me showed that, yeah, they had the capabilities of becoming lifelong friends, and now they're business partners and friends, and that's really awesome. And also showing that the two faculties are still fighting. The them leaving or them falling in love did nothing for that. They will forever fight unless somebody else falls in love with another person from the other faculty in the next year group, in the next year group, in the next year group. Maybe that will continue the war or end the battle. We shall see. I can't talk about what I want to see, because we've already seen everything. I guess what I want to see from GMMTV is definitely more shows like this, especially when it comes to their BL shows. They have been doing really well, really, really well. They've been exceptional, and I think part of me believes that maybe for their writing department, and getting their shows together and all that, the pandemic worked out for them because they had to put halts on stuff. They had to rework, and putting that halt on stuff gave them time to look at everything over again and rework it. So it ended up, even though I'm sure it affected them negatively, as it has affected everyone negatively, that moment of being able to sit down, really plan it out, gave them some clarity, and I think that helped them in the long run. And hopefully they think about that. Think about, let's not rush a show or rush a storyline, rush this, rush that, and just throw it out there. Let's take our time and really make sure that what we're putting out is going to be great quality, and the fans, and what the fan reactions are going to be. How will the fans, will the fans want to continue to support the show if we do this, do that? Yeah, I think they definitely now have the formula down. Fingers crossed, but it looks like they have the formula down, and I just hope this continues. Part of me though is very torn, because I don't want to only, well, of course I'm not going to only review Thai BL, but I'm so worried that I'm going to have too much Thai BL. I've said it before, I'm worried about having this so inundated with so much Thai BL and not everything else, because there's other countries coming out with different things. I don't even know if I did a review for Wish You yet. There's so many other things I watched that I don't believe I've done a review for, like Monsoon, Wish You, like I mentioned, and some other stuff I've seen. And there's really good quality stuff out there, good quality storylines out there. But I also kind of feel like Thailand, especially GMMTV, has kind of put themselves in this forefront and able to, GMMTV is able to basically market themselves as the place to go to watch BL, good quality BL with happy endings. I don't hey, if it has a sad ending, I'm out. I don't do sad endings anymore. I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. I'm looking for positivity, as we all should. And GMMTV definitely in the BL world, if you're a BL fan, has basically put themselves in this forefront and has been able to basically take control of it. They know exactly what they're doing. They make sure to get that thing on YouTube. They do the live airing of the episodes, so you can watch the episodes as they're putting it up. They're posting it geez. So everybody wanting to watch first and get their comments on there first. They're doing so many interviews with so many different people internationally and locally in Thailand. And not only them, of course, a lot of studios that are putting out the shows, they're making sure to work with YouTubers to help get that show promoted. They're getting subtitles up in so many languages as quickly as possible, and they know English is one of the more popular ones to watch it in, because for a lot of people, if you speak multiple languages, many people will have English as one of the multiple languages they speak, and if they can't find something in their native language, they'll watch it in English, because they'll be able to understand some of that. And they figured that out. They have it there so quickly. And also the YouTube algorithm loves English. That's sadly something that needs to change, but yeah. And they've taken over the BL space. The Thailand studios that produce BL have kind of taken over that space, which is a great thing for getting quality stuff out. But it worries me that they're going to burn out and eventually not have enough things to put out, because like Bad Buddy the series, not Bad Buddy, sorry, behind the behind the scenes, the book that Bad Buddy the series is based off of. If I had read that book on its own, I wouldn't have thought that it was going to be a TV show. I wouldn't look at it and go, yeah, this is definitely a TV show. But someone read it and was like, hey, we can use this and we can do this and this to it and turn it into a TV show. And they did it, and it was very successful because they knew what to keep and they knew what to take away, and they knew what to alter. Like, they did a great job at that. But what's going to happen when they have run out of good quality or popular books or stories to change into shows? I mean, F4 Thailand, here's the thing, so Boys Over Flowers, the Korean version, watched every single episode, didn't fully hate it because I enjoyed the feeling of watching it. It was something I had to share with my sister because that was her introduction into Korean shows, and we cussed out the TV the entire time, and there was the fun in that. The Japanese version I did not like whatsoever, and mainly because of the scene of when she goes to America, their stereotypes and stuff like that. That was not, wait, was that the Korean version or the American version? It was a sequel to the Japanese version, Mr. Young said. He remembers it more than me. So yeah, there was just a lot that I didn't like with Boys Over Flowers in general. But the Thai version, I am ready to watch it. Hopefully they are able to look at everything that was done in other versions, especially since they were so long ago, and change what needs to be changed, fix what needs to be fixed, or maybe they're going to try and stay as close to the source material as possible, which I don't know if I like the source material. And I'm still sad that the American version never finished, because I was still gonna watch every episode. I don't care how bad Boys Over Flowers is and gets, I will still watch it. I'm still gonna watch it, which is why I'm gonna watch F4 Thailand. I'm gonna finish the entire thing. I'm hate it or love it, it doesn't matter. But I am worried that eventually they're gonna run out of material to go over, and it's just going to be repetition of, like with F4 Thailand, like with Coffee Prince, just repeating shows or that are already in other countries and making a Thai version of everything. I can't remember the name of the one with everybody in the blue jackets, but I don't need a Thai version of that, honestly. The Japanese version is good enough. But there's still a lot that I'm excited to see. I don't know if Kin Porsche is still happening, but if it is, I can't wait to watch that. Enchante. I need to watch Fish Upon the Sky? I need to watch that. And I am now getting ready to watch the new one with Off and Gun. I haven't started it because I wanted to just stick to one show right now, because if I watch both of them, I'm going to be wanting to review both, and I wasn't sure I'd have the time for that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to finally watch that so I can put up a review of it. As far as rating, if anyone is wondering, what is your rating on Bad Buddy the series? That'll be next week. So next week I will be talking more about the book, finally giving a full review on the book and the show, and I will give you my ratings on both. I definitely, though, want to reread. I kind of want to reread behind the scenes, not necessarily the whole book, but there are some things I want to go over to make sure I understood it correctly. Bad Buddy the series, I say that's a rewatch show. Certain shows I'm fine rewatching and just playing in the background. It's put itself in my favorites list. I love it. I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed it because it's over, and I can't wait to rewatch it to see if there's anything I missed, anything that might have gone over my head at the moment or anything. The only thing I didn't like is all the singing. I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. He can sing. Yeah, he plays the guitar. Okay, yeah, move on. And then they put in that guitar in again. I was like, oh my god, are they gonna? And then it cut away to the parents, and I was like, okay, perfect. So I don't actually have to watch him playing the guitar again. It's getting tiring. So they finally found ways to put it in there and not overuse it. But it also makes me wonder, were they running out of stories to write and they just kept putting it in there? Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Yeah, I loved the show. Next week will be the full review of that, where I'm gonna actually put out all my thoughts. I'm gonna try and write down everything that I really felt, especially with the source material and the show and how I felt they did. I think everyone probably has an idea of how I feel in general. I mean, I have kind of said most of it here. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. I will see you next week, Tuesday. That is when episodes are uploaded. I try to get them up in the morning if possible, but that doesn't always work, but I'll try. So yeah, remember, you can follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. If you have any suggestions of anything, maybe in even your country that you think I would like to watch and review, or if you have anything that you think would be interesting, a storyline or anything that would be interesting and you'd want to know more about, don't hesitate to let me know about it on Facebook and Instagram. All Time for BL. This is JD Young signing out. Thank you guys so much for your time, and see you next time when we make some more Time for BL.